Advancements in AI have created a great moment where companies can consider translation projects that they couldn't afford before. It's really exciting and cool. But in my experience, it's usually team members from HR, marketing, and L&D who are asked to oversee these projects. They're not experienced translators, and this is new territory for them. But if you do it right, you can save yourself time and money and hassle. So let me share some of the things I've learned about how to successfully manage a major content localization effort. First, you need to build your internal core team. Even if you hire a translation vendor who's going to handle everything for you, you still need an internal team of folks who know both your company culture and the target language really well. You need them because they're going to start the whole process by creating a list of protected terms. These are terms and language that you want translated the same way every time. It should include things like the names of products, departments, key business initiatives, job titles. You need those things to be consistent. That list will be used to train your AI model. It helps it build a translation memory, and it's also used to train the humans who will be translating and reviewing. And then that team should plan to stay available to answer questions and provide spot check quality control. It's really not a huge commitment, but you do need the right people on board. Number 2, you need to set expectations with the key stakeholders, including leadership. And the key expectation everyone needs to hold is that we will not be able to please everyone. Translation is super subjective because it is communication and writing, and everyone has a different opinion about what good writing is in every language. If you expect to please everyone, then it's really easy to get locked in endless, costly cycles of review and correction. So to avoid this, you need reviewers and approvers who can tell the difference between accuracy and their own preferences. And they have to be able to let some stuff go. It doesn't all have to be exactly the way you would write it yourself, as long as it's still accurate. So this doesn't work for nitpicky people. This is not their moment or their role. And then you also need leadership to be prepared that somebody is going to complain about the finished product no matter what. You could manage a perfect translation project and someone will still find a fault with it. Finally, the real time saver is to establish guiding principles. On bulk translation projects, your team will have to make 10 million decisions, and I'm not even exaggerating. So you need immutable guiding principles to help them make those decisions faster. So what a guiding principle might look like on two different sides of the same spectrum. On one side, you might say, our goal is to get a good enough version available to everyone quickly. It's not to make it perfect, it's to get good enough out there fast. On the other end, you might say, our goal is that our audience have complete clarity and alignment on XYZ, which means it does have to be perfect. So then when a translator comes to you and says, this metaphor makes no sense in my language, you can quickly say, okay, that's not that important, just remove that sentence. Or on the other hand, you might say, okay, that's super important. Let's create a whole new metaphor that does make sense. These guiding principles can be hard to define, but they are worth the effort because they empower your team and your vendor's team at every level to make decisions quickly and keep moving. And that can save you dozens of hours and thousands of dollars. Finally, even with all these advancements in AI tools and efficiencies, it's important to stay realistic that translation still takes time and costs money, especially if you're working in multiple formats like PDFs, videos, web pages, e-learning courses, audio, all of this. The file management alone is time consuming and it demands really careful attention. It can take dozens of employees to manage and review thousands of files in multiple languages, and you need to be able to scale it up and down quickly to handle the volume of content. Until we all get the Google Translate chips implanted in our brains or whatever, you will need human help to provide your important people with the content that they need in the language that they need and the format that is best. It's complex work, and you will need a good partner.